I was so excited because I bought this little this sort of thing of clothing on Etsy, and I was so excited. But now when I look in the mirror, I think I look a bit like Fred Flintstone. But that would explain why I'm getting attitude from my Hoover. But speaking of clothes, as every good woman does leading up to Christmas, I was looking for an elf costume. Not that. No, I do elf gigging around, so I help local Santa Clauses with their Christmas duties. Now, this is the thing I find with most things that involve costumes with women. Every women's costume is sexual. Now, Halloween, yes, we got the sexy nurse, the sexy doctor. You don't get sexy accountant, though. But I think there's scope for that. Because, like, would you like to know what's between my spreadsheets? Do you want to split some cells with me? All the men's elf costumes are like, hey, 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 look at me. I'm a wacky elf. All the women's elf costumes like, oh. Do you want to stuff my stocking? This is the extent at my age of sexy. Are you ready for my sexy? Oh, yeah. Okay, men, get the ice water ready just in case. That is the height of sexy. So I don't really want to do the sexy elf thing. But anyway, I got an elf costume and it's fine. Speaking of sexy, I am 50. Divorced, and so I had a lot of therapy to deal with the divorce, and she kept saying, my therapist always said, looking back on your journey, it's always a journey. You know, it wasn't a journey, it was a real replacement service. Would you have done anything differently when you got divorced? I said, yes, I would have divorced a banker. But on that mental health note, I do have a lot of neurodiversity, so this is all true. I'm not punching down for the sake of a joke. This is my life. So I have ADHD, and I had it before it was cool. I was diagnosed in the 80s. And everyone was like, what is that? I was like, huh? Oh, you poor thing. I'm like, I got prescription amphetamines. My performance in phys ed went woo through the roof. Helped me run really fast. But basically, people say, well, what does it mean when you have ADHD? I'm like, okay, so put it in simple terms. If I was a criminal, I would be part of a disorganized crime ring. I have dyslexia and OCD. And sometimes with the dyslexia, OCD is COD. Now, OCD, people are like, oh, that's a really... That can be quite a debilitating anxiety disorder. I mean, how do you feel about that? And I say, well, you know what? It's actually okay because I don't need to pay a lot of money or sign a lot of waivers to get an adrenaline rush. No. All I need is a few intrusive thoughts, and I also just need to be halfway to work and convince myself I've left the coffee pot on and I am alive. Bad adrenaline surge. Whew. God. I'm also lactose intolerant. That's not a neurodiversity. I'm lactose intolerant. After I had my third child, I became lactose intolerant. And I joke and say it's because he's the milkman's child and it's my punishment. He's not. But anyway, it was the postman's. So I have a boyfriend and I met him the old-fashioned way, online. It wasn't the simplest journey because, as everyone knows, it's a minefield out there. Not to be confused with a minefield. Anyway, sorry. I met a few weirdos. I mean, I'm one of the weirdos, but these ones were worse. The one guy I met that really was poignant. He had a minge fetish, I think. My hair was it's spoiler alert, not my real color. So we were chatting, and he's like, so, if I was to meet you, would I be greeted with a laminate entrance or a red carpet greeting? He wanted to see if the carpet in the curtains matched. I was like, a laminate entrance? No, I don't wax anymore. I had a bad experience with waxing. I said to the waxing lady, don't take it all off, which she thought I said, take it all off. I've seen Sphinx cats that were cuddlier after that one. So no, there's no laminate entrance. And then I was like, red carpet, oh, this guy's just weird. Like, why am I thinking about this? And after I thought about it, I thought, I've had 3 kids. One of them was 10 pounds. I wore a refurbished floorboard. I think I'm going to leave you with that lovely imagery of my hoo-ha. Thank you. You have been fantastic.
So, divorce.
Yeah.
Single mum.
Absolutely.
What is your superpower apart from, like, my God, you stashed them up? You know, everybody has like 1 or 2 superpowers. You had to stash them up.
And I have a very, very active brain. I get distracted by my intrusive thoughts, and then my intrusive thoughts, I get distracted and wander off. It's when the OCD and the ADHD merge. It's sort of like the Northern Line when it gets to Mornington Crescent.
Got it.
Dopamine
I think
and
I've got elements of
serotonin
that too,
kind
yeah.
of- yeah. So I need something to completely cleanse. Yoga makes me giggle. So when they're all like, listen to your body, and usually I have wind or...
What if you're a donut? You
Yeah.
don't have the center.
Exactly. Yeah, and so weightlifting is what got me through. I have lots of great friends, comedy writing,
Yes.
just journaling, you know. And every time I went on an online date that didn't work, I just used it as material. I thought maybe I'd write a one-woman show about it. So when I met my boyfriend quite soon after being online, I was a bit disappointed because there goes all my material fodder.